Good morning. It is the Friday weekly wrap up, and I'll think of the date. Oh, yeah, it's April 22nd. I got the show notes in front of me from Monday, and I was going, oh my God, I don't know the date. But it's Friday. Happy Friday to you. Have a great weekend. Let's hope the weather holds, eh? What? And the weekly wrap up, how's that?
I said, let's hope so. The weather holds.
Right. And let's not make it one of those, don't sacrifice a small animal in the backyard for it, just expect it, and then it'll probably happen. So, today we're going to talk about the weekly wrap-up of the Guy R. Cook Report. As always, the quick way to get to the show notes is you go to the Guy R. Cook Report.podbean.com, and we'll have those up straight away after the show. Just, give us maybe an hour max. Usually I have the audio and the video done in an hour or less. This depends on how many times the phone rings. So, in the wrapping up the week, on Monday, if you were following along, we talked about creating an app ID for Facebook that you go to log into your Facebook with your personal account, make a developer account out of that by going to developers.facebook.com and follow the prompts in there. Once you register in there, you could then create what's called an application ID or an app ID for short. And it's a good thing to have. You want to have better rank in terms of Facebook SEO. It's an important part of having your open graph tags be right. And if you're not familiar with open graph tags, get that way. It's going to be part of the future. Facebook is the third biggest country in the world population-wise. If it was a country, I'm not sure what the flag would be, but it's probably going to have something to do with an F. Tuesday, on SEO Tips for Tuesday, we sort of complemented the Monday effort about Open Graph, and we talked about Open Graph meta tags and do they have an impact on your SEO? Definitely on Facebook SEO. And then we gave examples in the show notes of the title tag, the description tag, and what the URL default canonical link for your page should be. And so the Open Graph protocol is very good for SEO, and it should be a part of what you're doing. Taking a look at the other things in Facebook that relate to using that open tag architecture with what type of content it is, if it's an article, if it's a blog article, if it's a home page, and different types of groups are available. It's all in the show notes. Have a look at that. Wednesday, the mind. Now, on Monday's show, and I didn't mention it earlier, but Monday we kind of, in passing, talked about the weekend, tomorrow, being too short. What if we had 4-day weekends and just worked for 3 days? And so I kind of kept that running around the back of my head, as I sometimes do. Did some research on 8-hour shifts versus 12-hour shifts. Kelvin has since then complemented that with more research on the effect on the family of you having these different work hours. So give that a look in the show notes, definitely, especially if you're an employer and you're thinking about being more productive. Find out some more about the 6-hour workday in that collection. Thursday was B2B Thursday, of course. And the Guy R. Cook Report for Thursday B2B talked about an article by Kathy Miller that she wrote back in February about consumers and how they pick the company they're going to go with. So they're going to ask questions like, who are you? Well, why should I care who you are? What problems can you solve for me? Okay, and then, of course, how are you different and unique from the other brands that do the same thing, solution provider, than these other guys? Okay? And that sort of segued us to the Guy R. Cook Report questions. That's the list of 27 questions, which I'm going to fix today. It doesn't work in mobile. The PDF is scrunched down. You can't even read it, so I'm going to redo that. And the Guy R. Cook Report questions, you pick 5 of those questions, designating the number. Email it back to me. The email's on the list. And we'll set up a time to do that interview. And what you're going to accomplish is make your company more visible. So when the consumer says, well, who are you? Oh, you're the guy that likes MG cars. Or maybe he's over there. But the guy next to me is a little bit enamored with MG cars. Oh, and speaking of MG cars, shout out to Kelvin's sister, just bought a new MG. Read all about it. And so, if we're going to do shout outs, let's get into them seriously. The serious shout outs begin with Fraser Ramsey. Now, Fraser's involved with many things, and as the owner of Edinburgh Dusters, the company that likes to clean, he does a lot of walking. So now this has evolved to the point that in walking about, he gets to the point that he's challenged a rematch with Kevin Scullion, who's also in the shoutouts, the guy from Alba Digital Media over in Stirling in Scotland. So if you have web hosting needs, web design needs, give him a call. He does hardware, software, all that. Anyway, he gives Kevin the nickname Skull Crusher Scullion was what he called him, like a wrestler in Worldwide Wrestling. And so the challenge is on, and it's going to start Sunday, maybe. The votes are still out. We don't know for sure. But those are two guys in Scotland and the home country, which is right below Scotland, that are doing a good job at what they do. Big thanks to Blab. Thank you for their service. Makes this recording possible. And that leads me to say, when I say thanks to Blab, of course I got to give a shout out for our favorite place to go, which is called Friends Just Chatting. And that's the logo that you look for, that blue globe. The people in there, like when we were there this morning, there was a fellow there from Cairo, Egypt, from Scotland and England. Myself, this from the United States, of course, an hour west of Seattle. Great place to get involved and give it a try. So if you haven't tried blab.im, give it a go. And if it's a weekday morning, then hop into Friends Just Chatting. We'll love to have you. Be part of that community. And speaking of communities, if you're on YouTube listening, or watching, I should say, click the subscribe button up there in the corner and give us a subscription and be a part of that community too. And so, in that realm of things, I think we've got the Friday wrap-up done. I've not forgotten anything, have I?
We did the birthdays. We did the birthday stuff
yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was really good. This is why you need to have a co-host in Blab. I'm doing the wrap-up, and I just almost didn't say, did I forget anything? Because I forgot to say, did I forget anything? Kelvin goes, you know, it's the Queen Elizabeth's birthday today. And so, happy birthday, belated, and again, I should say, happy birthday, Queen Elizabeth. You're doing a great job. So, this is the time of day when I say those three magic words, I guess. It's a wrap.